The title of this podcast is Work is Such a Great Place to Grow. And this is inspired by a book recommendation, which is The Untethered Soul at Work by Michael Singer. Several of my friends have been reading or listening to this book with me, and we're sending text messages to each other all the time about like the wisdom that is being imparted in this book, from Julie Mulroy to Donna Sorka to Brian Chong and some others that I work with. This book is so good. And again, it's The Untethered Soul at Work. And it just goes deep into how work is a great place to work on your practice, work on your spiritual practice. And when people hear the word spiritual, sometimes they light up and sometimes they're turned off. And Michael Singer has something to say about a better way to define spirituality. They should just call spirituality working on yourself. And that's what it's been for me. And whether it's ToBeRe or whether it's Mayo Clinic, I use every situation that comes up that my ego, my lower self, the Keith 1.0 is bothered by, as an opportunity to work on myself. And in every case, if I stay true to that and see not the situation as a problem, like when I was working on the app and my mind was telling me that it shouldn't be this difficult to move a project forward that's going to benefit the staff at Mayo Clinic. That's what my mind is saying. But the reality of it is there is a process that we have to go through for the app to be realized. And so the practice helps me accept that process, to be kind to the individuals and the colleagues across the enterprise that are working on that process. And in doing so, by working with my ego, with letting my resistance be eaten away and thus my ego be eaten away along the way, I expand my ability to grow. I expand the possibility of me being more conscious, which is what I want. I want to have more peace along the way. I want to be turned on by everything. And by not rejecting that process, I was able to learn why the process is in place, why it's effective, and learn how it works. Or I could have been really resistant to the process and says that this doesn't make sense. And this sounds like a government program with how ambiguous it is. I could do that, but I'd only suffer. And then I'd go and tell other people, and we would be in agreement about how this was so inefficient. None of that helps me. And all it does from a spiritual standpoint is it sets me back and it strengthens my ego. So I get to be superior and right about it. No, I want to be peaceful. I want to experience joy along the way. And so that's what we did in this particular situation. And there's several others that whatever happens at work, whether it's dealing with a colleague that you wish was different, dealing with people that you have to work with in terms of a superior, wishing that they had a better personality or they were more cooperative and collaborative, that's your work, not them changing. That's secondary, if at all. You learning how to handle them showing up exactly as they are, that's your work. And if you can, then that expands who you are. That helps you grow. And so that's what I have learned, is that work is an incredibly great place to work on yourself.